How do you do standing bow pose? See, I consider myself to be the standing bow whisperer. And I guarantee I will take you to the next level in your practice if you follow my instruction. So stay tuned for this episode. Hi everyone, if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Jimmy Barkan. Please consider subscribing and hitting that little bell so you get notified when I post a new video, and hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Standing bow, some people call it standing bow pulling. We're going to go to the studio for this one, and we're going to be assisted with one of the Barkan senior teachers, Jamie Sage. But before we do that, I want to talk about the concept, the percentage of the body that you need to be successful in this pose. And this is part where the old school and new school have a little bit of a conflict. I'm definitely the old school. 40% is the back bend that happens automatically. You definitely don't want to overarch your back in standing bow. Just let it happen automatically. That's 40%. 20% is the shoulder and the hip that you're kicking with, the extension of that shoulder and that hip extending back behind you. So what's the remaining 40%? The hamstring of your standing leg. And that's where the old school and new school have a little bit of a conflict. Because the new school, when they teach standing bow, they tell you to kick as high as you can. The problem with that, most people, definitely beginners, anybody with tighter hamstring, if they kick all the way up in the beginning, they won't be able to lower down. The hamstring won't let them. They will start to twist and shift their body. The hamstring is going to push them out of the way. So here's the mantra. How high you kick initially depends on the flexibility of your standing leg. So how high should you kick? I don't know. That's where the practice comes in. Everybody's different. Every day is different. So as your hamstring starts to become more flexible, you can start kicking higher and higher. Now, the advanced student, they need to kick as high as they possibly can, and we're going to go over that in the studio. Now, I don't want you to listen to me because I straightened my leg in the standing bow a long time ago. I want you to listen to me because I've taught hundreds of people how to straighten their leg in the standing bow. But it's not about that full position. It's about finding your next level, your next inch, your next centimeter. So let's head over to the studio and dive right in. So standing bow, first we're going to look at the grip. You're going to turn your palm out, thumb back, elbow in. This is a tricky grip. A lot of people want to twist their arm. So thumb out, elbow in. Some of my teachers, like Jamie, help with Jamie today, like to do this motion with their shoulder just to get that full rotation of the rotary cup. And all you're going to do is pick up your right foot right from the inside. What a lot of people do is they twist their hand. You want to twist your hand for them? But look at the difference. Look at her shoulder. Look at her elbow. See how her shoulder's coming in. Or they want to grab this way. We're going to turn the palm out and grab just where the foot and the ankle meet. Where the foot and the ankle meet. And as you get more advanced, you can go just below the ankle. When I say more advanced, when you can get your foot maybe 6 inches or 15 centimeters above your head, you can start using this advanced grip. Now, it's impossible for you to grab this way. You've got some kind of shoulder tension or back tension. The modification would be holding from here. What some people can do, they can take their hand and work it all the way around their foot once they grab it from here and come around to the proper position. You could try that. You could try that. That's a good modification to use. Now I'm going to have Jamie face the front. So you can see the front view. This is again old school versus new school. So the left arm comes up, she's going to hold her right just before the foot and the ankle meet. New school, they want you a little higher. I like to go a little lower on the grip. It's going to give you more range of motion. Now your hips and shoulders are square to start. But when you start to kick, as Jamie starts kicking back, look how her right hip starts to turn back behind her body. See that? And her right shoulder and her right knee are also coming behind her body. So she can't see either one in the mirror, if you have a mirror at home. That right hip has to turn back slightly. Now I don't want it to go too far back. Just enough to hide the knee and the shoulder behind your body in the front mirror. That's the position. The hip's a slight turnout, not square. Now I'm going to have Jamie come back, and I'm going to show you another big difference between old school and the new school. I'm going to switch spots with Jamie. We want the head straight. That's the position of the head. And the shoulder is directly below the chin, but not glued to the chin. New school tells you to glue it. There's too much tension. If I turn this way, look at all the tension in my shoulder and my chin. Well, when I drop it and reach it, I've got freedom. Tension, freedom. So before we look at the beginning position, what the beginner should be looking at, let's go back to what I talked about in the intro. How you kick your back leg initially depends on the flexibility of the hamstring of your standing leg. So Jamie's going to now start at the beginning level. And she's not going to kick that high. She can't. So here we go. She picks up her right before the foot and the ankle meet, and she's not going to kick too high. If she were to kick really high, let's say, as a beginner, this is going to be pretty much it. Her hamstring is not going to let her go down any further. She may twist a little bit. Her body may go over to the right a little bit, but the hamstring is going to be stuck. So instead, she's going to kick up just a little bit, and so she can come down to where the stomach is parallel to the floor. And then the foot will eventually come out the back of the head. Now I'm going to have Jamie come back to her starting position. Now, as she gets a little more advanced, intermediate level, not a total advanced level, she can kick a little bit higher because she's got that range of motion in her hamstring. Now she's slowly going to come down to where her stomach is parallel to the floor, chest higher than the stomach, and the left arm higher than the chest. So we create that back bend all the way through and out the neck vertebra. But see how she's kicking a little higher now. But look how nice and low she is. You've got to get low enough to get that hamstring stretching. Now I'm going to have Jamie come back again. And we're going to show you the advanced, but I'm going to have her turn the other side so you can see a different angle. Now as she gets more advanced, so face this way. Now as she gets more advanced, she's going to kick up almost as high as she possibly can. See, this is one of the biggest problems. The beginner looks at the advanced person kicking as high as they possibly can. They think that's what they're supposed to do. And then they start kicking up too high and they can't get down. They wonder why, because that hamstring is too tight. So Jamie, at the advanced level, now she has to kick her leg all the way back to release that back hip and shoulder. So she's going to kick, 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 kick. And now she's going to lower herself down while keeping that extension and that range of motion of her back leg. Kicking, kicking, kicking from the starting position. Now, a little ultra advanced, you can look at the side mirror. So I have Jamie look and now straighten your leg more. There, that little glimpse, now look back again, helps you get to that next inch. So one of the things you want to look at is the foot, the top foot that's coming out of the back of your head. You got to make sure the foot grows right out of the back of the head, because what happens is the foot starts to turn. And why does it turn? Because the knee goes out to the side. So let's watch Jamie in a front view. She's going to kick back, and if her knee is to the left of her foot is pointing to the right. But if her knee comes underneath the foot, now the foot is straight above her head. Going back for a second. In a vertical position. So imagine my elbow is my knee. We're going to turn it under the foot so the foot is flat. You can take that foot and put it flat up against the mirror. And then you know that your hip's in the right position, because you won't be able to feel or see where your hip is back there. It's too hard to have that awareness. But you can see the foot is going to be right where that knee is supposed to be. And that's where the hip is supposed to be. Now, one of the things that my teacher used to do, so when I talk about old school, new school again, is that we would have to come forward at the end of the pose. So she picks up her right foot, and she's kicking, let's say at the intermediate level. Kicking, 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 kicking. And then at the end, she would touch her hand all the way down to the floor. That's how my teacher Bikram used to have us finish the pose. Okay, come on back up for a second. Then you really know you're getting low enough and you're getting that hamstring work. And if you didn't touch the hand on the floor, he would say you didn't finish it. But that sort of disappeared over the years. But that's the importance of getting that body down to where the stomach's parallel to the floor, chest higher than the stomach, and the arm a little higher than the chest to complete that back bend motion. And that is standing bow, or Dandayamana Don-Yer Asana. Once again, my name is Bikram Barkan. If this is the first time we're meeting, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, And if you have any questions or comments, any struggles, put them in those comments below. I get to all of them. And I will see you the next video.